Hello and welcome to Front Page Film Studio. I am David Vandy. We're broadcasting from our studios in Silver Spring, Maryland. And we just want to say thank you so much for always tuning into our programs. And today we are having as our special guest in the studio, Pastor Faith Okrafosmat, who is the head of Melqosh Mission International. And we're here today to talk about the color purple. Wow. I know she's been around to talk about it most times and you hear about it, but she's here to tell us what this year brings in the color purple. So let me just take this time to welcome you to Front Page Film Studio, Faith Okrafosmat.
Thank you.
Now let's refresh the mind, the memories of people about color purple. What is color purple all about? Because I know color purple comes under the Melqosh Mission International. So what is the color purple?
Well, Color Purple International Month is a campaign month of fundraising and raising awareness for our amputees, our beneficiaries, and they are the victims of the war, victims of the blood diamond fueled war in Sierra Leone, those who had their limbs cut off during the 10-year war in Sierra Leone. Our beneficiaries also include war orphans, war widows, Ebola orphans, and we've just recently also taken on board victims of the flood. So it's going
to because those that you're taking care of, like the amputees, they are in Sierra Leone, and then the Ebola came,
yes.
And then the flood.
Yes.
So all that is affecting them. But you are out of the country. How are you able, or the mission is able, to put all of this together and take care of these people?
Well, we're blessed enough to have a very fantastic team in Sierra Leone who execute the projects on the ground, and we're here raising awareness, raising funds. This year we have focused on doing, like, we had a book which was published in the United States, and we gifted that to all our supporters, donors and friends of Melqosh. And so this campaign that we're doing in December would be a focal mission. We haven't really been very progressive in raising funds this year, and so the campaign would be the key fundraising project that we're doing this year. There's been quite a lot of new organizations that have come up within the Sierra Leonean diaspora, both in the UK and the USA, and so we found it we deemed it wise not to do any dinner and dance or ball, because we have the same community going back to having the same people, same organization, different organizations, and the same community, and there's a donor fatigue. And so we thought this year is going to be the third Color Purple campaign that we're doing, and so we thought that it would be better if we did a challenge. Last year we touched on that, doing a bit of a challenge, but this year we intend to get our funders, our donors, our supporters, our friends to wear purple, put it on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and hashtag purple to change lives. Last year it was purple to stop Ebola, and it was a very, very great campaign. We were able to do quite a lot of raising awareness and also execution of our projects, especially during the December time.
Okay, and I see here that the Color Purple campaign starts on the 1st of December to December 31st. Yes. So now let people understand, wearing purple, is it every day that people should wear purple, or you can wear purple anytime or any day in December, and then you can take pictures or something or put it on social media? So can you explain that a little bit?
You could wear purple as many times as possible. It's up to you. You could do it once in the whole month. You could do it twice. You could do it 3 times. You could do it for a whole week. It's all left as you feel led. It's on an individual basis, and so you wear your purple and you take a picture. You could do a video. This year we're taking it just up a notch or two. We're asking people to be creative, and the more publicious your outfit,
I love that word, publicious. I love it.
Yes, the most publicious outfit would actually win a prize. We have raffle. Everyone would be automatically entered into a raffle. They'll win a dinner for two at the Marriott Hotel and at the Hilton Hotel, and we have other gifts. And then the most publicious outfit.
When you say the Marriott Hotel or the Hilton, is it here in America or in the UK?
Both in
We
the
want to
UK.
know because some of us are going to be getting in.
Both in the UK and the US.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's going to be
Sounds
very
good.
polarized. And so we are looking at getting people to wear their purple and also challenge 10 people
To wear purple.
to wear purple.
And when they wear this purple, is there room for making donations?
Yes, of course. They could go onto our website, which is www.melqoshmissioninternational.org, or they could do that through the GoFundMe account. We also provide our bank details, so if people want to donate directly. As you know, we're a very transparent organization, so most of our campaigns are done via GoFundMe, where people actually go and see who's donated, how much has been donated, what's the totality of that, and then at the end of the campaign, for every week, we make an announcement of what we have raised. We're very, very accountable, as we did last year and the previous year. For every week, we also make sure that we're also continuing our projects concurrently in Sierra Leone. So for the first week, we were able to provide 2 bags of rice for each amputee in the 7 camps that we work with. The second week, we were able to work with the Ebola orphans. So those who were donating were actually seeing where their money was going very, very quickly, as opposed to waiting for the long haul.
All right. Talking about donations, you see, this one just triggered my, I know you're doing this all by yourself, and this is what you do 100%.
Now, yes,
You,
this year.
you don't work anymore. This is your job now,
Yes,
to
as
take
of
care of these people,
2015.
going around the world, talking to people to see how they can help.
Yes.
Okay, but now I know sometimes it's difficult to raise funds. Like you said, there is donor fatigue. You're doing this in Sierra Leone, wherein people have been donating monies. Organizations have been donating monies, and some of these monies are being misappropriated.
Yes.
Like there is still a big cloud over this Ebola $14 million that went missing. And some of these donors that are giving this money, when you go stand in front of them and say, please help me, it is to help people in Sierra Leone, how do they look at you? What do they say?
To be quite honest, we've had a very negative, I would say, very negative results this year in the area of fundraising, especially within international organizations who, when they hear the word Sierra Leone, they just switch off or turned off, purely because of 14 million money which has not been accounted, the Ebola funds that has not been accounted for. It was well publicized it was everywhere, so people talk about that, and so we're basically painted with the same brush. But I say what our middle name is transparency, and so we have been able to win the community in London. In the UK, when we started off, we had the same experience. People were basically not really, they were very disillusioned and not really believing that there are genuine charities out there. And so we made it our mission to prove them wrong. And so we won the hearts of our very critics in the UK. We came over to the States. We're still trying to get people in the States on board. Haven't really been that successful, but we're a very determined organization. But when we go to international organizations, trying to see how we could raise funds, there is basically...
It is not easy.
It is not easy, purely because...
They ask a lot of questions.
They ask a lot of questions and they are unwilling to help, and I can't really blame them, because when there are governmental decisions or people who are in position of power who are able to administer or are being given the office to administer certain funds, and we have issues like this happening, it does actually have a negative spiral effect.
Definitely, definitely. This is Front Page Film Studio, and I am David Vandy. My guest today is Pastor Faith Okrafo-Smart, who heads the Melqosh Mission International. And today we're talking about the color purple the color purple mission that will start on the 1st of December to the 31st, wherein she's asking everybody, all the supporters, all the friends, all the families, to just wear purple. Any day you want in December, wear purple. You can challenge somebody. Like right now on the show, I'm challenging my CEO come December 1st. Hey, we should see how many times he's going to wear purple, and how many times I'm going to wear purple, and then we can make our donations. But we just want you to come on board and give this your support. So what do we have planned? What do we have planned for Melqosh or the amputees in Sierra Leone for this December coming as we're celebrating the Color Purple International Month? What do we have planned for them?
Okay, so we intend to, our last few days of December, we intend to do the Color Purple in Sierra Leone. It will be kicked off with a press release in Sierra Leone, and we would be continuing because every Christmas we do a Christmas missions wherein we provide them with food, bags of rice, monetary gifts. We also ship wheelchairs, medical facilities for them. And so we will be doing that, continuing our annual missions. But on top of that, we intend on the 6th of January to have a celebration of hope for them, because that's the day that they experience the bloodiest, that Sierra Leoneans in general experience the bloodiest day in Sierra Leone, and that was when majority of the amputees had their limbs cut off. And so we're hoping, they normally have a Memorial Day where they march from the National Stadium to a landmark, which is the Cotton Tree landmark. And so we're looking to culminate that with a celebration at the day in the seaside, honoring them, appreciating them.
I was just going to ask what actually we will be doing for them.
Celebrating them. So we'll have food, we'll have awards we'll be giving, we'll have inspirational dramas. I want to keep some, so we'll have a bit of surprise because we have few amputees on the social media who will go and let out
the cat out of the bag.
So we're reining some of our surprises in, but then we want to change the mindset of the January 6th. Added to that, we're hoping to open up in 2016, we're hoping to open up another IT school in the northern province of Maboroka. We have the first IT school in the whole of Sierra Leone for amputees, which was opened up January 2014. And so we're looking to replicate that. So we have quite a lot of big plans, and which is why we're asking the community to come on board. You have seen our work. Go on Facebook, go on Twitter, go on YouTube, go onto our website. We have a plethora of information out there. Let's be the change we want to see. We're also calling on friends of Sierra Leone. Stand and be a partner and be a brother's keeper to those who are forgotten.
So what's the website that people can go to if they want to help?
It's www.melqoshmissioninternational.org, spelled melqosh.org. We have an alternate website which is www.melqosh.org. Very simple.
Okay, well, just before I let you go, I just, I know in this work sometimes things get really difficult, and, you've raised the hopes of these people, and so when you go into them, you say, okay, this time, this is what we're going to be supplying, this is what we're going to be giving to you, but sometimes the donations don't come.
Yes.
And what goes through your mind during those periods when you want to help, but the money is not forthcoming?
Well, we do have those dry days or dry seasons, I call them. But we hold on to our word of hope, our word of faith to see a better tomorrow for them. And we also keep pushing. One of the things we say is helping one amputee amputee at a time. So we try, in as much as we also have expectations, we try to be realistic in our expectations, and we also try and plug. For those who know our team that we have in the UK, we have a very zealous team. I applaud them because without them, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing. I may spearhead the project, but we have people who are not being paid, who are all volunteering their time, where none of us are being paid for what we do, but we believe that we have to be the change that we want to see, and the change starts with us. And so we keep on pushing, we keep on galvanizing new ideas, we keep on praying, which is the most important thing, and we keep on believing that God will, make a way so that the amputees would not just be, partakers in mainstream society, but also contributors as well.
And when you meet them, I know when you're helping people and you go to them, they see you, and some of them will walk up to you. Just give us a little gist of what some of them have been saying to you.
Some of them call me mommy, some of them call me mama, a mother of the amputees. The endearment, the appreciation, the hugs, which is why I actually stayed from Sierra Leone, because I could not see myself going to Sierra Leone during Ebola, when we had the highest rates of Ebola, because these people are generally very loving and warm people, and the tendency for them to hug is very, very high, so they're very, very appreciative, they're very proud, very independent. They don't want to receive handouts, they just want a hand up. And so the emotions vary. You have those who sometimes, when they speak about their ordeal and what we're doing, they just cry, because in a situation where they have been rejected by society, they have been rejected by families, they have been rejected by neighbors, and they find people coming from the diaspora coming to help them, people that they have no kinship with, people who they don't share any bloodline. And so which is how it should be. You don't have to be family for you to give help or receive help. We're all in one global village, and so we basically want to just make a difference and continue doing so.
All right, well said. Don't forget, from the 1st of December to the 31st, it's Color Purple Month, and so all what you need to do, dress up in purple. You can do it from the 1st to the 31st if you want. You can do it any day of the week or any day in that month. And don't forget, go on the social media, put your hashtag color purple to change lives. Just put that one there, purple to change lives, with your hashtag. And like Faith said, try to be creative this time. When you're doing your purple, you can dress up in any way, just be purple, and take those pictures. Melqosh would love to have them so that you may be a lucky winner this time. All right? And so with
donation.
that, and don't forget to make your donations.
And